Hey, what's up everyone? This is SnackBox. Hope you all have a wonderful Friday. In this video, we are going to talk about the new live arena seasons. Before we start, I want to point out that the majority of my viewers is not subscribed to the channel. So please, if you enjoy the content, subscribe and also leave a thumbs up. And now let's get back to the video. All right, new arena seasons. I saw a lot of people didn't like the changes, didn't like what the seasons are doing, but I think it's actually not that bad. Could it be better? Probably yes, but I think we are heading in the right direction. Now, one season will be 28 days long or 4 weeks. At the end of every season, there will be rewards for the first place, for the top 10, and the top 100. Now, these rewards will not be accessible for most players. Obviously, this is like for the top 100 arena players in the game, and the average player can't really compete with those guys. You could argue that the amount of shards and rewards is not enough in here for the amount of money you have to spend to even get there, right? But I think it's not really about the shards, it's more about the artifacts, the accessories, and the relic crafting material. Besides the top 100 rewards, we also have this seasonal milestone system here. And in here, you will get a lot of relic crafting material. There's 200 rare, 100 epic, 100 legendary, and 100 mythical runed obsidian is what it's called. With those crafting materials, you can craft relics from the live arena group. Then you also have a lot of these artifact and accessory chests, which contain artifacts and accessories from the 2 new sets that got introduced with the new arena seasons. The last milestone is sitting at 1,320 points, and once you reach this milestone, you will get seasonal chests. Here you can see them, accessory chests and artifact chests for every 175 points you earn after reaching that last milestone. So you only have to get here once, and after that, it doesn't matter if you drop down or push higher, you will get seasonal chests for every 175 points. Let's talk about the new sets. So one of the new sets is the Stone Cleaver set. This set is a nuker set, and on the 4-piece bonus, you will deal additional 30% more damage to Stone Skin shields. On a 6-piece bonus, you will ignore 20% of enemy defense, and with a 9-piece set bonus, you will deal additional 70% more damage to Stone Skin shields. That means with a 9-piece set on your nuker, he will deal 100% more damage to a Stone Skin shield and also ignore 20% of enemy defense. Now, I like that they keep adding things into the game that are kind of like dealing with Stone Skin shields because it is the meta. Everybody has their champions in Stone Skin, and we definitely need more of this. Now, if you combine this with a blessing that is basically doing the same, Cracking Roots increases the damage inflicted by this champion to Stone Skin HP, and if you have a 6-star blessing, it's also 100% more damage to Stone Skin. In combination with a Stone Cleaver set, you will deal additional 200% damage to Stone Skin shields, and this might be a way to make other nukers viable again. Because right now, at this moment, most of the time you are trying to bring in nukers that can hit through Stone Skin or remove it. So this might be a way to make other nukers viable again. The other set is the Rebirth set, and this set is for revivers. On top of a lot of speed and resistance, for a 4-piece set bonus, you will get an extra 10% HP and 10% turn meter to allies revived by the wearer. From the 6-piece bonus, you will place a block damage buff on the wearer for 1 turn when an ally is killed by an enemy, occurs once per round. And this is actually where it gets interesting. And then with a 9-piece set bonus, you will decrease the cooldown of any revived ally skills by 1 turn. A set like this was really needed because there wasn't really a nice set for a reviver. everybody was using Stone Skin or Supersonic, and now we actually have a 9-piece set that is really good for revivers. It adds survivability to your reviver, but also you can decrease the cooldown of your revived allies. Maybe they got locked out before they got killed, and now they are back and you decrease the cooldown and they can go again. So this set is actually really nice. Not only in Arena, it will also be very good for PvE. It's basically good everywhere. So I really like this type of set. I think we need more 9-piece sets. I definitely do think so, but at the same time, we also need more artifact and accessory space because we keep getting new sets, accessories, and artifacts, and we don't have enough space. That is the biggest problem at the moment in terms of new sets. But I really like the approach here with the Revive set and the Stone Cleaver set. In terms of live arena relics, there are also pretty nice ones in here. Let's start with the Infernal Polytope, which is one of the mythical relics, and it's actually not that bad, right? Fully resets the cooldowns of the Vera skills whenever their HP drops below 15%, and if you rank it up to 6 or per level, you will get another 5% drop requirement of the HP. That means if it's rank 6, that means it will reset the cooldown of the wearer if the HP drops below 40%, and 40% can be really a lot. So this can be used on a lot of champions and is really promising. The only downside is that it has a cooldown of 3 turns. Then we have the Death Dealer, and this one is where it gets really interesting for me personally, because the effect is that the wearer's attacks will always be critical hits, but the wearer receives 200% more damage. If you rank it up, you will get minus extra damage up to 100, so that means you will only get 100% more damage, but your attacks will always be critical. That means you don't have to use artifacts that are giving you crit rate. You can use artifacts that have crit damage only, right? So that is actually pretty interesting. I think you can get a lot of damage output and increase the damage of a lot of damage dealers with this. Really, really cool. From the legendary relics here, I think the Harp of Casbeal is the worst one. I think the wearer's turn meter fills by 5% each time they use a skill that doesn't deal damage, and the turn meter increase can be increased by another 10%, so that's 15% each time they use a skill. And I don't know, I don't really like this one. It's okay, but it's not really insane. Then we have the X Serpentis, which is for Hydra only, which is kind of interesting, and we're gonna get there in a second. The wearer's single target attacks deal 5% more damage for each exposed neck in the battle, and you can increase the damage by another 10%, so that's 15% more damage for each exposed neck. The first thing I thought when I saw this was Trunda, of course, right? If you get this relic to rank 6, you will have 15% per each neck. If you have 4 exposed necks, that's 60% more damage. The Ireti Coronet, which is kind of similar to this one, will give you only like 30% more damage, but always. It's not conditional, but I think the X Serpentis will perform better because when the exposed necks are present, that's when you deal the most damage with Trunda. And you only need 2 if it's on rank 6 to match the damage with the Ireti Coronet, but you don't have to rank up the Ireti Coronet to get the full 30% damage. So this is a really big investment, and I think the Ireti Coronet is still better at this point, unless you get this relic here to rank 6. Then we have the epic one here, the Preserved Aberration, and what it does is that the wearer will ignore 2% of the target's defense for each poison debuff on the target placed by the wearer. You can get the ignore defense up to 8% for each poison placed by the wearer. And if you are running a poison champion in your Demon Lord team, this can actually boost your damage by quite a bit. but the defense of the Demon Lord is not that high. It's kind of okay, but I think it will still add a lot of damage to your Demon Lord team if you have a poison champion in it. The other relics are kind of okay. I think those are the best ones that are standing out. And maybe you realized it, but some of them are really targeting like Demon Lord and Clan Boss areas in general. And I think that's because they are trying to make Live Arena more attractive for people that are not really enjoying Arena, because you can get relics in here that will help you in PvE content, which is not a bad approach in my opinion to motivate people to play Live Arena. Back to the seasons, what else is new? Before the seasons, if you were in Gold 1, you would only face other people that were also in Gold 1. Same for Gold 2, Gold 3 and Gold 4, but now Gold 1 to Gold 4, but now it seems that everybody is in the same pool from Gold 1 to Gold 4. So we have free-to-play players in here, we have smaller fishes, we have the dolphins, we have the whales and the krakens. So everybody is in one pool. And what does this do? Basically, it makes it easier for everybody, because you won't face the krakens and the whales 80% of the time and totally get annihilated. That might lead to people having more success in the Live Arena and make it more enjoyable, because there's a bigger pool of players and you won't only face other players that are way stronger than you. So I really think this is a great change. It's a good step in the right direction. Now, how does the point system work? Basically, everybody will start at 0 every season. You will get 9 points per win and -3 points per loss. But the thing is that you will only face people that are around your season points, right? You won't face people that have like twice or triple your season points. Maybe you can, but it's very unlikely. For example, the top 100, they already have a crazy amount of points. Like the top 100 starts at like 500 points. As you can see here, 489. I have 267, and there's a really, really low chance that I would face one of these guys, because there are more people in the pool and more people around my points. At this moment, I have 56 battles and a win rate of 64%, which is not that bad, but also not that great. And it will definitely go down the higher I will climb with the points. As far as I know, they also added bots to the gold tier now, to the seasons. And if you lose 3 times in a row, you will get a bot, which is fairly easy to beat. That means 3 losses, you will get -9 points. You will face a bot and get +9 points. And that way, you will never go down. You will always keep increasing your points. So eventually your win rate will even out at like 50%. And that means with a 50% win rate, you would have to do 440 battles to get this last milestone, which is sitting at 1,320 points. You would have to win 220 battles and lose 220 battles. Now we get 10 fights per day for free. On reset, our coins will refill, and if you are doing your 5 fights, you will get another 5 daily. That's 10 a day for free. 10 a day times 28, which is the length of the season, means 280 fights for free. But we need 440, so we need to buy another 160. That means 32 refills. The first refill each day will cost you 10 gems, the second one 20, and the third one 35. But we only need to buy 1 refill for 32 days, and that means we need to invest 320 gems with a win rate of 50% in order to reach the last milestone of the seasonal rewards. You can basically just supply this amount of gems with the gem mine, right? But you also get gems from different areas. There are a lot of ways to get gems, but the gem mine alone, if you ranked it up, will supply you with enough gems to get those refills. On top of the seasonal rewards, your area bonus progression will then definitely improve, because you're doing additional fights a day. Area bonuses can really have a great impact on your progression, and you should definitely work on this. That's pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if I forgot something, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and see you in the next one.